Hello music creators, Mike here. So do you want a free VST plugin to boost the low end of any percussive sound you feed into it? It's called SK10 Sub-Kick Simulator. So let's check it out right now. So here it is, my friends, and it might not look like much to the world, but it's actually very powerful for sound design particularly. So I have actually added it to 3 different types of sounds that I use it for myself. The first one is this sampler track here. If I load it up, I have just dragged one of my own stomps from my stomps hit collection that you can actually download for free if you check the video description. So without the plugin, without this one here, it sounds like this. Okay. And I can use key tracking if I want to pitch the stomp down. But that doesn't really, it just pitches down. It doesn't add that sub-harmonic generator, which is what this does. So if I turn this on now, you can find there's basically 3 settings here. The amount in level, decibels, the mix, dry wet, and a low pass filter that you can use it as well. So now, before, you really need to listen to this on good headphones or with the sub-bass subwoofer. So without, with, without, with. And if I choose to pitch it down, let's say, perfect 4 to G here instead, without, with. Now what you can also do, what I do, if you increase the mix to max, it will only play the sub-generated harmonics. So I only hear this, and that is when you can actually dial in the low-pass filter. So with everything on, let's play it on C again, without, with. Now, you don't hear anything of the original sound, just the harmonics here, but I don't want that high, it almost sounds like some artifact, so I just want that low end. Let's go down to, let's say 250. So the only thing added, or in fact, let's do 200. Yeah, 250. So we have some punch still. The only thing added is this sound now. Okay, so you hear it clipping a bit. So you might want to reduce this. Okay, might even want to do a limiter or something on it. But I just want to show you this, what it does. Okay, so now we have that. Now you can mix it in to taste. So going from 0 position here, or option click or alt click, left click to go to default 0. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, you can hear it a bit here. It shouldn't actually do, I think. But anyway, you can add the mix here. So I usually have it default on like 50-50. So before and with. But now you only hear that stomp low end boost, which is great for adding. I mean, now all of a sudden this stomp sounds kind of thin, right? But adding this, and you can add that low oomph to any percussive sound you put it on. The next one I want to show you on is this low percussion. And if you have any type of low percussion that lacks a bit in the absolute low end area, like this Tychos, I love these Tychos by the way, because in many cases you don't want much low end rumble to really take over the mix in the low end. So if I play the lowest notes here on these Tychos, okay, and now if you want to add a bit more low end oomph again, turn on the sub-kick simulator. Let's just add from, let's say, in this case I just want the absolute low end, so only, let's say 120 and below. And as you can hear, you can use this just to even make your own low-end rumbles. You can compress this, add some saturation, add some more reverb, and make that, you know, Jurassic Park T-Rex sound. Yeah. So I do only want that, and then mix it in. Let's do 50 first to see how that sounds. So before, with. A bit too much in this case, it's too rumbly, so just let's go for 25%. Before, with. Amazing. And finally, I like to use it also on these short punch hits, which could be, let's say, claps and snares, or in my opinion, types of punchy hits, but also these percussive sound design punch hits. So let's open this up again and let's remove this one. Let's find. So here we have a different punch hit on each key in this plugin. Okay, so let's say we like that. Now let's add some of this. Let's dial it down again a bit. Let's say 250 to still have some of the punch. And let's say 40%. Compared to with. And finally, what I would do is also add some kind of compression. I usually gravitate towards, let's see if I can find it, distortion supercharger, because then I get saturation, compression, and some character in the same plugin. And let's put it on punch. And let's see how it sounds now. Before, after. A bit too compressed. You can also do some parallel compression here. And dial it into taste. Of course, you can now, when you have all this added, just use a different key. If you have a sampler or plugin with different samples per key. And you can even, if I composed a high-beat trailer track, I would probably use different hits, like you can see. But without, all of a sudden that feels a bit thin again, right? Of course, you could layer this with another low hit or something, but it's just so easy. Add this sub-kick simulator on the punch sound here, and you immediately get that low-end punch in the bass register that can really make or break your sound. And then, of course, you can EQ, filter, compress, saturate it as much as you like. If you want to master rhythm and percussion, chords and harmony, melody and themes, or perhaps sound design for your music, check out the special discounts in the video description. Now choose which video you are going to watch next. Or you can check out the amazing bonuses in the video description.